Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion, and I'm joined by my boy Omega.
What's going on, y'all?
Today we are back talking about Myers Park hoops, man. I've enjoyed Myers Park basketball this season, and last season. They've just been a team, in my opinion, one of the top teams in the country that not many people are talking about, not many people know about, and not many people are putting that respect on them. So I'm here to put the respect and give the respect to where it's due.
Yes,
Simple as
sir.
that. So last time we talked, Myers Park lost to um, Paul the Sixth to a very close overtime loss. But I think that game showed us a lot about Myers Park and who they are. So you look at it now. You look at Myers Park. They blow out they play their first camp conference game a couple weeks ago, and they blow out Palisade. Like it was
Man,
24 to like 7 at the end of the first quarter. It wasn't going anywhere at all. So they blow them out, and then they enter this what is it? It was called the Jasper Christmas Classic. And they went up against two, I think it was two different teams they played. They played Norcross and they played Mountain Brook. So Mountain Brook, I think they were out of Alabama, was it? I think they might have been out of Alabama.
I believe Birmingham. Yep.
Yeah. So Mountain Brook were out of Alabama. They blow them out. I think Mountain Brook, they are a team that have won a bunch of state championships in Alabama. They've pretty much controlled high school basketball in Alabama. Marsh Park blow them out 60 to 39. Easy work. They won.
Easy.
Easy work. No one cares. To advance them to 5-2 in the season. Bishop Boswell finished with 16 points. Serve 12, Sadib 12, and AJ Jameson with 7. So pretty all in all, a pretty solid game from the Stars and from the team. So big one on that night. And then you look at the next day. I mean, Myers Park played Norcross, and this was a little bit more competitive. I don't know much about Norcross, but they went 55 to 45 on day two of the classic. Sadiq with 18, Sir with 11, Jacob with 7, and just a very simple win. I mean, or it wasn't simple at all. Norcross they had their way. They didn't score effortlessly, but they had their way with Myers Park in the first half, keeping it close, controlling the game. They weren't scoring many points, but they were also not allowing Myers Park to get a rhythm of the game. They allowed Myers Park not to really control and blow them out like the way Myers Park wants to do these days, such a strong offensive team. And so you look at it, and so Myers Park played, uh, at the Classic, they played two, relatively, talented teams, and they ended up with two big wins. So, I mean, you look at that and you look at that week. What do you take away from those three games from Myers Park?
Uh, what game you talking about? Paul and
No, not even Paul. But let's talk about
I'll
Cross.
say
Yeah,
now. I mean, I ain't really get to watch the Palisade game because I already knew it's a conference game.
we know what's
You know,
gonna be.
I know what's gonna happen, but I'm saying they still playing team ball. You know what I'm saying? They been playing like how they've been playing for the past year.
Yeah.
Really changed. Playing good defense, letting the offense come to them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I watched Scott Taylor's his press conference on, I think it might have, I don't remember what game it was, the Norcross game, I think it was. I should have sent it to you, but he he said something that not a lot of coaches are saying these days about how he pretty much took accountability, and their team he took accountability for at least not taking control of the first half, not being dominant over the first half. And I think like not a lot of coaches are doing it. So shout out my boy Scott. Like he and
Sure.
what that coach staff is doing. I've said this on podcasts before, but it's incredible in my opinion. It is incredible what they are doing, and they should be more talked about. They are still ranked number 8th in the country. Um, and so that's big in my opinion. It's good that
Oh,
they didn't take a far drop after losing to Paul the Six, who almost beat
Montverde,
Mount Vernon today with Caleb, not Caleb Flag. What's his name? Is it Caleb Flag?
Cooper Flag, Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. So I
No,
mean, just looking at it, like there's a lot that could have happened with just one more win. A lot of things could have changed just with one more win. But
yeah,
nothing comes easy. I think they still have to play. a rematch game um with Richmond this season.
Oh,
After it got delayed or after it got postponed because of I think it was a leak ceiling from Myers Park. And I think there's a lot that can happen between now and the end of season. I'm excited to see what North Mech does in the playoffs to
oh
get to
yeah.
the championship. I'm excited to see what if Richmond comes back and do what they're doing with that team. But so looking at their future competition, they are entering in the John Wall Holiday Invitational that starts next week. The 27th, Myers Park kicks off against I think it's Garinger?
Who?
Garner, not Granger.
Oh,
Garner.
yeah. No, sir.
No, not Garinger. So in this tournament, you got Garner, Melbrook, Highland from Virginia, um, I mean, a Christian school, Word of God, and who we knocked off earlier in the season. I'm not gonna say much about that. Um, and is that the team that Cooper Flag play on?
Cooper Flag plays on Montverde.
Who's this team that they play on? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Mars Park kicks off against at 5 o'clock on the 27th. Do you expect them to win this tournament?
They got a lot of good teams in there. Well, got a lot of good players playing in this tournament too. So I hope they win. I'm
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
But I hope they win.
some notable talent that's in this in this tournament. You got Sadiq, obviously. You got Paul McNeil, who committed to NC State, who plays for Richmond. He is
Bucket.
bucket, plain and simple. Bishop Bobwell, obviously from Myers Park. Drake Powell, who's ranked fourth in the country.
Tar
Uh,
Heel.
yeah, Tar Heel. Yeah, I bet you would know. There's a lot of guys who can make it their name show out in this tournament, and so I expect Myers Park just to compete. I expect them to put up an effort and show that show the country why they are ranked fourth or eighth in the country. That's all I expect from Myers Park, and I hope that we definitely will be watching. We definitely will be back, after this tournament, just to give a recap, let y'all know how those Myers Park boys did, and go in detail to what that is. But any final thoughts you got on Myers Park basketball?
No, just hope they have a safe games and win the whole tournament. I'm ready for them to come back to the stable, man.
I know.
And
Come back to the stable so we can look out for it. But yeah, man, happy holidays. Tis the season.
yes,
Um,
sir.
go watch you some Myers Park hoops and enjoy your time with your family. But man, I've been your host, Davion. That's been Omega, and this has been the post game. Peace.
Peace.